Yo, hey y'all, what's up? It's your man Rico, and these are my thoughts, not yours. Welcome to my Facebook page. I'm also on YouTube, Rico the Opinionist, where I share my thoughts. I'm going to upload this live onto that video, onto that YouTube channel. So y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. And by the way, when I want to do my really introspective talking, y'all know I always go and find my water. That's it. Isn't it beautiful? All over here. This is my safe space, my peaceful place where I come to share my thoughts and just get things off my mind. What's on my mind today, several things as a matter of fact, but what's on my mind today on this beautiful, yes, it's sunny, shout out to that's how you treat your melanin when you're a good and melanated human being. You got to get that natural vitamin D from the sun. So I came out here inside to have this conversation, or just share my thoughts. All right, so what's on my mind today? Y'all please like, share, subscribe. All right. Y'all, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all know I'm originally from there. I moved away in 2007. I've lived in peace here in Dallas, Fort Worth for the past, next month on August 8th, it'll be 19 years. But I've always kept in touch with my hometown, with all the drama that's going on. I stayed up on it because I still have family and friends who still live in Memphis. So I moved away, but I didn't stay away, if that makes sense. So whenever like big stories come up, I try to stay in tune with what's going on. I've even kept it with the politics. Hell, it's because of the politics and the nonsense. One of the many reasons why I left in the first damn place. Got tired of the bullshit. And so also kept a lot of the goings on. So I kept up with it when the National Guard was brought in. I thought that was awesome. When the DEA and who else? Let's say Drug Enforcement Agency, ICE, and who else? All the other FBI said when everybody came down to the city, I was like, about time. And guess what? Memphis is heading in a better direction for it. I know a lot of y'all just hate on it because the president suggested, but I don't give a shit. Because the leadership there just gonna let the city continue to run wild. But so I said all that to say that yeah, I've kept up with some stuff, and there have been things that happen out in the city over the years. And so I try to keep up with it because I have Action News 5. I have the local media on my Facebook page and then my TikTok. I try to see what's going on. I'm always calling home, asking friends about stuff, what's happening there. Sometimes I know stuff that they don't even know. But they say, I ain't watch the news in Memphis. All they talk about is crime and talk about so I'm like, you got to watch the news. If you're not going to watch the local news, at least get on social media because you get the whole story on social media. So this latest case involving a 20-year-old young man who was having a relationship with a woman's 13-year-old daughter. Mama came home. By the way, y'all, everything I'm saying, please go online. They print the affidavit of what happened that night is all online, so y'all ain't got to keep making up stuff. Well, the mama came home, a 37-year-old mama came home from work. Caught the boy. She came into the house. She had a gun. Had already grabbed a gun. Cause I think somebody said she saw him on camera, then she saw him walking in, but I don't know, I ain't seen an affidavit. But she came in the house, heard them in the room, beat on the door, open this goddamn door. Open the door. You know how black mamas are, they don't ever say, sweetheart, is there somebody in there with you? Come on now, open the door. You know how if you grew up with a black mama, she poor, she working all night and all this kind of shit, frustrated with her own life, so she just mad, and it's like it fuels her rage. So open this goddamn door. I'm at this part. Open this goddamn door. Open up. So dog like, wait a minute. Trying to probably telling the boy to hide. So she coming there, he's under the bed. Get your ass away from under that goddamn bed. Grab it under that bed. If you had a black mama, you know what I'm talking about. Single mama at that. Or a mean, upset, frustrated grandma. Get over the goddamn door. Oh, get over under that goddamn bed. Little buddy was like, damn, I'm caught. So, okay. First of all, mother lover, you don't have your mother lover there in my GD house. She know better not to have no mother lover. And then let me say this part real quick. The daughter even told the police. My mom always said, if I have another boy in the room, she's going to shoot him in his ass. These are the words of the 13-year-old daughter. And so what that implies that this must have been an ongoing occurrence. So I guess by this time, the mama just had enough. But thing is, why is everyone else to blame as if her daughter's the one bringing folks in the house? But I digress. But I know, y'all know better not to come in here. But yeah, y'all know so many young men that came into the back door like this young man allegedly did. Open their leave doors open. Your daughters leave windows unlocked and the windows up for the boys to come in. They done all that. So all of you keep saying, well, he snuck into the house. He's an intruder. He wasn't an intruder. He was invited in. And also for those of you out there that want to be so mad, she 13 years old. She don't pay for nothing. She don't own nothing. She can't invite nobody in. Yes, she can. Y'all did when y'all was young. Y'all invited people in too. So stop all this brand new shit that I've been hearing. So the young man, and according to what I was reading, he gathered his things and she walked him through the house, through the living room calmly. I'm assuming a pistol was in her hand. And they didn't say, it was nowhere it was written that he resisted or talked smart to her. Probably just like any other young fella that got caught. He's like, well, shit, damn me. Man, she got me. He probably walked through there and she probably cussed him out like 4 dogs. And she should have. What you doing with your ass in there, boy? And cussing him out. Probably cussed him out like I said, 4 or 5 dogs. Then, walked him to the door. Let him walk out. As soon as he hit the porch, bow! She busts him in the back of the head. Stop right there. Everything that y'all got to say about this case, it all disappeared when that woman planned and carried out that execution of that young man. All of y'all out here screaming, he's a pedophile. He's a child molester. Stop right there. If that was the case, all the evidence been buried. Because what she's supposed to have done, like any other law-abiding citizen who knows the rules, the laws of gun ownership, she know damn well she didn't have any rights under the sun or under the United States Constitution or under the statutes of the state of Tennessee. Any ordinances in the city or the county had no right to shoot that young man. Now, she could have busted him in the head with the pistol. And like, get your ass out of here and don't come in. Like regular folks do. Because I don't even know the history of any fathers who've caught young boys, men or boys in their daughter's room. I ain't think I don't know the history. They threatened to do it. Because usually, man, if he caught a boy in there with his daughter, he tried to throw them hands. All right, little motherfucker, you in here, come here, boy. Or sometimes when they civilized and educated, they'll call his parents. Y'all keep on hopping on. He 20. Okay, great. Ain't nobody debating that. Nobody's debating a 20-year-old being in the bedroom of a 13-year-old. Y'all stop acting like the 13-year-old was wearing Huggies. Y'all stop acting like she's a goddamn infant. And so all you little feminists out there, y'all just shut up. Rico, you must be a... No, I'm not. I don't play that. What I'm not going to do is let y'all railroad this now deceased young man so y'all can get this murdering bitch off. No, we're not doing that. And so, all right. So I don't go into all of that because y'all have gone into calling the man a predator and all of this. Well, first of all, for those of you who yelling all this nonsense, trying to justify this woman premeditated first-degree murder, which is against all laws, there has been no reports of him actually chasing down little 12 and 13-year-olds. How you doing, little mama? How you doing? If that's the case, the community has been all over social media. You know what they've been saying? Because I live in the black neighborhood. I grew up in a black neighborhood. Shit, y'all know that's all he did. Every time somebody got off the bus, he'll try to get down on the little girl to get off the bus. Y'all ain't heard nobody come out with that kind of nonsense, have you? No. Oh, every time he don't talk to no 19, 20-year-old girl, all he do is talk to them little 14, 13, 14-year-olds. Y'all ain't seen that either, have you? No. So why the fuck y'all keep putting that label of predator and intruder and what's that, child molester? Y'all know what a chomo actually is, damn fools. Y'all just ain't watched Law & Order SVU at all in the 27 years it's been on fucking air. Get out of here. Y'all know what a chomo is. That boy wasn't that. And then y'all gonna act like y'all didn't see when his special education teacher told him, you hear what I said? He had a special education teacher. So I'm going to this point here. Well, you know, her mind is not even developed. Well, if he's 20 years old, and if y'all saw a picture of him, hell, I think the mama was bigger than him. And he's probably the same size as the girl, a little bitty little dude. So, so y'all trying to make him this 6 foot, 225 pound predatory monster. No, he's a little dude, special or a person with disabilities, because I just learned over the weekend, you don't call them special ed no more, person with disabilities. Y'all gonna act like y'all ain't never grew up with no slow kids in your neighborhood. Stop the fucking cap. You know they operate on the lower form of thinking, lower intelligence. And what almost makes them kind of equal. And I think she was probably telling him what shit to do. And I'm not justifying anything. I'm just asking y'all to stop acting fucking brand new. And this is not, him having a relationship with her is not appropriate. But we're not going to act like his mindset and all that didn't play a part in his behavior, you know, having a relationship with her. And also, when the mama told her, she said, my mama said, it's about to catch somebody else in the room. Well, let's let you know, hey, some of y'all mamas and dads, y'all be so mad to find out that y'all little teenage daughters going in the neighborhood. Oh, that's what you be mad about. To find out that your daughter is going. Your daughter is the doorknob. Your daughter is the bicycle in the neighborhood. All the boys get a turn. All the little boys get the rider. I know that hurts a father's heart. That hurts a mother's heart. But a lot of y'all mamas, a lot of you mothers out there to be so upset about this, hell, y'all was the bicycle in the neighborhood. That's why it pissed you off. Like, damn, how my daughter turned into this? You was the doorknob in your neighborhood growing up, ma'am. You 40 years old and got some sense now. Well, you was 14, 15, shit. Before you went off to college or whatever, you was a little turnstile in the subway. Everybody jumped you. So just stop it. I know this is triggering for a lot of y'all. But what I'm not going to let y'all do is piss on this young man because he's not here to defend himself. I can't stand that. And so you know what'll happen? I'm going to go back to the sped part in a second. You know what's supposed to happen? That mother was supposed to push his little ass out the door. If she wanted to bop him in the head with the gun, it would be, all right, okay, he'll know better next time. Then called the police. And then the natural order things would have happened. He would have gotten charged with no statutory, because you can't be 20 years old having sex with a 13-year-old minor. You just can't, young man. Special ed or not, the law don't give a shit about that. He's going to either go to jail for about 15 months, 2 years, and he's definitely going to get on probation and definitely going to be put on the sex offenders registry. That's how it's supposed to go. But no, this bitch done take her issues out on this young man. Ma'am, you supposed to be whooping your daughter's ass, not shooting the boy. And that's always the weirdest thing. When y'all catch people in y'all daughter's bedroom, y'all mad at the boy. Well, then y'all say, well, he should have known better to go in there. I get that too. But still, it's not worth of being walk calmly through the house. Walk calmly through the goddamn living room with his stuff in his hands. Then you gonna put a bullet in the back of his head. You evil, dirty, nasty, punk-ass, retarded, And so, I let know, it was a post going around with the sped ed teacher. Told him, hey man, be careful with these girls. Cause yeah, we have to talk to young men who are, even though they take those special classes, they still are young men. They still have sexual urges and needs, just like special needs girls. Everybody has to have that conversation. By him being a young man, he needed the young black male conversation about criminal justice, about relationships, about women and girls. He needed to have that. And coach, his teacher or his coach told him, hey man, be careful. But you know, just like young people, they hard-headed. They don't believe that fat meat is greasy. And all of us have been there. People tell us the truth, and we still act like, shit, that ain't gonna happen to me, cuz. Hell no, that ain't gonna happen to me, I'm good. Then it happened to your ass. But still, I don't give a damn what y'all think. This did not warrant being walked through calmly through the house. You know when she was cussing him out. Pop back here. Nobody was in harm. Nobody was in danger. The daughter so wasn't in danger because she let her lover into the house. You know why she was able to do that? Because the mama always gone. But when she said if she catch another boy, meaning their mama's always gone. Y'all never actually look at the real shit. Y'all so busy trying to defend this bitch. Y'all putting all y'all trauma on her. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Cause all I hear now is a bunch of goddamn projection from a lot of women and a lot of beta male simp ass men. Cause if it was your son, you'd be up in arms. But since it ain't, let's throw him to the wolves. Nah, as a black male advocate, I don't play that. Now, when somebody's wrong, I call him wrong. That young man, he was wrong, historically wrong. He was wrong just like every other young man or teenage boy that's walked, that even though she invited you stepped your little slow ass in somebody's house. But that doesn't mean the consequence is supposed to be a bullet to the back of the head. Do y'all understand that? Your feelings can be hurt all day long, but that doesn't mean the consequence because your feelings is hurt, your pride is hurt because you're knowing your daughter getting the baby pictures knocked out of her ass. I know y'all hate that. I know it's kind of rough how I said it. But you realize that your daughter ain't no baby no more because she ain't there doing grown folk stuff. In this case, she's with a 20-year-old man. But let me help y'all with that. Did y'all hear what I said about special needs, special ed? Y'all, those of you who've been in school, your children in school, y'all know those special ed kids. Y'all know the special needs boys. The best out for them is when they put them in sports. It's almost like Forrest Gump. He wasn't socially inept. He was kind of awkward, kind of, goofy. That's how Jenny was able to run all over him all them years. He didn't know any better. And she said, stop it. He doesn't know any better. We know when Forrest came in there and was punching the shit out of the dude, because all he saw was very abstract. It wasn't abstract, it was very straight. He just saw the dude was getting rough with Jenny, and he didn't know that Jenny liked it rough like that. Then he said, go back and watch Forrest Gump when she was at the college, and he tried to visit her in the rain. And he said, Jenny, he was hurting you. And then she was telling the boy, stop it, don't. He doesn't know any better. She knew Forrest was slow. And we knew. We understand. We hear sped ed. We know. Yeah. But we don't take mental health into consideration when it comes to black boys and black men. Isn't that something? America doesn't do it either, and black America doesn't do it either. Isn't that something? We don't take mental illness or being diagnosed with a mental disability and take that into consideration that motivates particular actions in black boys and black men. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I know better not to do that. Okay, I'll let you have that. Feed your little punk ass fragile ego with that. It still didn't warrant being popped in the back of the head with a gun. After you done walked the man through the goddamn house. The walk of shame, the verbal abuse that I know she did. Get your mother loving ass and blah, 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 but your mother, father, blah, blah, blah. Get your mother, cuss from the ancestors of her grandmother. I'm sure she cussed that little young fella out. Yeah. He thinking, well, damn, okay, she done cussed me out and all this. He making it to the point. This bitch done showed out. That breaks my heart. Pisses me off. And so y'all went around here talking about, he's a pedophile. Y'all know shit. Wasn't no reports, wasn't nothing out there. You just projected. And see, a lot of you women, every chance y'all get, y'all want to project your trauma stories on anybody. Don't let it be a man, black male. Here you go. He's molested. He's a predator and all this. No. And I want to say this to you motherfuckers that projecting your childhood trauma, your rapes in the past, your grapes, and your child molestation on this young man in that situation. Go get some therapy. Stop walking your silly behind around here in society, holding that shit in and then allowed to use it like you want to, like you load up a gun and start blasting motherfuckers with it any chance you see fit. That ain't how you do trauma. You're supposed to go to therapy and talk through it and process it and work through it. God damn it, use cognitive behavioral modality. Hell, do what you have to do. You don't use it like some kind of secret weapon you pull out and then all of a sudden, whenever the word trauma or child molestation or sexual abuse, you know it automatically draws a crowd. So you feel vindicated in using those words in particular conversations. No, I'm here to tell you, no, you out of line. So to all you women out there that was regretful for being the bicycle in your neighborhood while you was growing up, or being the doorknob. Now you're regretful because you done found Christ, you got your degree and got a husband and kid. Now you're regretful of your little trampy ways as a teenager and probably as a young woman. Don't do that. Don't call them names. Don't do that. Go and seek therapy. Go and do something. Go seek trauma relief therapy. Hell. Go talk to somebody, because all that stuff I was reading on social media, they try to rip this boy apart, and it has no record anywhere, but I'm sure they'll start, you know how they do blackmail victims. They'll go through, dig up something to find out what he did in the 6th grade. Find out something he did in the 10th grade. See, it's a pattern. Shut the fuck up. This is not that. Some bitch even brought up Epstein files and how black people look past that. And then brought up R. Kelly. I was like, God damn, he's a world-renowned pop and R&B singer that had the ability to attract thousands and thousands. We all found out that most of the girls was brought to R. Kelly by their parents. But y'all won't talk about that either. And to you little fake-ass hypocritical fathers, y'all shut the fuck up. Y'all get on my nerves. Y'all baby girls. Y'all baby girls. So your daughter coochie ain't no different than Tasha from the corner store in the hood coochie. It's going just like hers going. So why you think your daughter coochie any different? All you can do is pray that she's okay and that she maintains some dignity or be a lady about it. So y'all coming with y'all shit. Yeah, she did the right thing. No, she didn't. She did the right thing to go to prison for life. She did that. Or to get the electric chair or the lethal injection. She did the right thing for that. And that's what black men who care about other black men who say you care about the health and growth and development of black boys, that's what now we all supposed to come together on this. Yes, we condemn him being 20 years old, but also let's throw in the other mitigating situations. He's special needs. And so we're talking about, well, her brain wasn't even developed. Okay. Thank y'all for saying that. Because as a long-time master's level social worker who's taught substance abuse groups and education groups, who's facilitated substance abuse and substance dependence groups for the past 25 years, and specifically facilitated marijuana intervention prevention groups. You know what I used to tell my clients, which is a fact? I would say, hey, stop smoking that weed. What you're doing is you are interrupting your brain's processing, your brain's maturation, the process of your brain maturing. Because your brain doesn't really stop maturing until you reach the age of 25. So when you say her brain wasn't developed, his wasn't either. On top of that, he's sped ed, or person with a disability. So y'all can kill that fucking argument too. There were two probably people met in the middle intellectually right there. Yeah. And then on top of that, with the misandry, the anti-blackmail misandry. If you don't know what that word means, go and Google it. Ask ChatGPT. Just say, give me the meaning of misandry, then put anti-blackmail in front of it. That's why I heard a lot of it in a lot of y'all comments. But also I want to appreciate the men and women who telling it like it is. There's a lady, y'all remember that lady? It was on Ricky Smiley show, but she went viral for saying, man, somebody stole my baby scroller. I'm tired of carrying pork chop heavy ass. She was right there in the old Foots Homes. And she's go up to the yellow store. But she got a video out, man, reading these bitches the riot act and telling the truth. So a lot of y'all women living vicariously through y'all daughters. When you was her age, you was built like a brick house. Now your ass old and built like a mansion. Shout out to that sister. And then she got into that situation. See, she from the hood, so y'all gonna go and call her names and attack her? Hell no. So yeah, we know what's going on. And we all well aware of the secrets that's kept in the home about sexual assault and sexual abuse. That's why I said earlier, you know who's the biggest keeper of the secrets of little girls being touched in all our black families? Big Mama. She know her son ain't shit, but he still get to live amongst us. He still get to be drunk and be the drug addict. She knows that, but she's like, no, that's my son. You can't call the police on him. Some of y'all still going to Thanksgiving. A lot of you women still going to Thanksgiving gatherings at the family house. Still going to Christmas gatherings at the family house, looking at that uncle. He's now in his 60s, but that nasty motherfucker used to touch all on y'all. And y'all ain't called him out at the family gathering yet, but yet you want to put your trauma out on this boy. No, put the trauma out on them. One thing I've done, whenever I've done psychotherapy groups, I've always encouraged my clients, go ahead and address your abuser. Don't let them leave here without you letting them know how what they did to you affected you. Get on their ass. And then also you get on that mother, or that grandmother, or that father, whoever's there, who didn't believe you when they told you about these predators in your home. Hold them accountable. Get on their ass. I'm telling you, you'll feel good about it. Everybody will be mad at you because everybody's okay with the secret. And I would tell my clients, I said, some of my favorite people are the drunks and the drug addicts or the addicted person when they showed out in the family gatherings. Because they tell all the truth. Everybody says, get your drunk ass out of here. She on them drugs. That's what's wrong with she on them drugs. No, she telling the truth. She can't stay sober because that stuff is hurting her. That stuff is hurting him. Because we ain't leaving little boys out. Y'all like Antoine Fisher, the movie wasn't a real life situation with Mr. Antoine Fisher. Little boys get sexually assaulted all the time. I guess because they have a penis, there's no way he can be assaulted. He's 8. He's 7. And it's done by women, female predators in the home. Since y'all want to go there, because I want to keep it at what it is. And it's flat out first degree unaliving. That's what happened. And maybe this bitch needs some mental health too, but no, don't put in no mental institution. Put this bitch in jail. That's where she belongs. In jail. Terrible. Now my black male advocates, where y'all at? Join me. I'm on board. I'm a social worker. I'm on board. We got to start sticking up for black boys and black men. We have to. Nobody, you can see now, nobody gives a shit. America doesn't give a shit about black men unless they can get them for sexual reasons or entertainment reasons or some kind of profiting reasons. Other than that, black boys and black men are dispensable. And guess who else has that attitude? The black community, black women. Not all, but too many. Young girls talking about, I don't need no man for shit except to get a nut. Y'all ain't seen those on YouTube, these young women talking like that? Y'all need to tell these boys, y'all need to teach these boys not to go in there. You are correct when you say that. I swear you're correct. But if they're not listening to the teaching, and they accept their invitation, their little female counterpart to come in the house anyway, it's dumb. The wage of their sin should not be death, especially premeditated, first degree. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I'm going to keep saying that because y'all want to talk about that other shit. Well, I got the conversation for that other shit too. Because all that other stuff is made up shit because y'all projecting y'all own trauma on this boy. I ain't heard nothing from his family. I guess my Facebook page don't flow around in the algorithms enough to see everything. Some people going on her page and allegedly she says she misses her boyfriend. Allegedly, reportedly. It's not me. I just reading people comments. There's a lot to it. But their mother's out of line. Then you say, well, where's her father? That's a great question. And again, I want to say to you parents, to you single mamas, and I'm going to say it again, repeatedly. Why the hell, and to this mama, this shit must have been happening over and over again because the mama obviously leaves the girl at home by herself. Why would you leave a teenager at home by themselves? You getting off from work. I think she was getting off from work or she cut work off to come home. That means she must have worked till 6 in the morning or something. And she got off work at 1:30, or did she work till 2 o'clock? All I know is all that's out of line. The fuck you doing working all night and got a teenager, any minors at home? Well, can we address that? You single mamas leaving your kids at home and they're minors. What if some other shit happened? Talking about protecting children. What if they set the house on fire? What if actual real intruders coming in with guns and shit and, you know, all real stuff? But y'all leave minor children, especially teenagers. You know teenagers not that trustworthy. They're teens. Hell. Yeah, somebody said, well, I was like that. My mom left. I knew. We all knew not to answer the damn door. We all knew to do that. Everybody knew, because that's what they told us when they left us at home. Shame on them. But we still, you know, did a whole lot of weird stuff. But we made sure we had the house clean before they came back. Or came back from work. Or we didn't touch something they told us not to touch, but we touched every goddamn thing else. Well, hell, them folks in my house. We had everybody in the goddamn house. Made sure they left 30 minutes before mama came home. So my question is, why y'all still doing that? And it sounds like she was the only child, so why the fuck would you leave a 13-year-old at home? And then y'all, if y'all live in Memphis, y'all know the neighborhood. Walk her home out there in the southwest, far south of Memphis, the hood. You felt cool enough to leave your innocent daughter at home alone while you staying out all night, working or whatever. You ain't supposed to do that. That's why it's always pushed and people get offended. That's why husbands are needed. But y'all women are so strong and independent now. Y'all don't need no man. And every arrow points to you need a man. Hell, but not just for the protection of the children. It make no goddamn sense. And I want to close with this. She was recently given a $100,000 bond according to, I think, Action News 5 in Memphis. I read that on that Facebook page. Now, I don't know whether that $100,000 was $100,000 cash up front, or was it a bond where she can go to a bail bond and get that 10%, which is $10,000. They get that little shit up and she allowed to be out. Whatever it is, $100,000 for somebody walking somebody calmly through the living room with his stuff in his hands. You walked into the front door. You done cussed him out, humiliated and degraded him. Okay. As soon as you walk on the porch, pop, pop to the back of the head. And that's, and his body is, his life, his body was worth that. Now, had that been, had it been known that he was gay, or he was an immigrant, or an illegal immigrant, a white woman or a white man, young white man, 18 years old, whatever, the judge, whoever the fuck the judge is in Memphis, would have given her a $5 million bond or set no bond at all. Bitch, you stay in jail till your trial. When it comes to young black males, is you can get the 2-for-1 special. And I don't like that. Black male lives are valuable. So, and for any mother smart ass want to say, well, you know, they kill each other. What the fuck that got to do with the price of tea in China? That's every group has what's called intraracial violence. So stop acting like that's just a black thing, fool. With men killing men, men have always had war with each other and all that kind of shit. But yeah, it's just bad when anyone does it. But we really don't like it. You know, y'all young men killing other young men. It sucks. That's just to make sure some of these smart asses think y'all can throw that on my page. So that don't fly with me. But I don't hate my race. I don't hate black women. And I sure as hell don't hate black boys and black men. So you can't push that shit with me. You can keep those weird ass halfway some conservative talking points over there. I don't play that shit. And so, but tell me this. Let me go back to the judge in a minute. Let me say this. What if a father came home? And I don't know if I said this early on in the video, but I'm going to say it again just in case. Probably bears repeating. What if a father came home and caught a 20-year-old woman and her son in her 14-year-old son's bedroom. He coming, open the door, open the goddamn door. Jerome, open the goddamn door. Then he go in there and catch little mama under the bed. Ooh, I'm so sorry, sir. He's like, oh, no, fuck all that. Mother lover and B-word, you little whore. And mother lover, get your mother loving A. After his mother lover, how walk her through the living room, then walk her past the kitchen, and then walking through the porch. Soon as she get on the porch, pop, pop. He busts her in the back of the head. What? So, would y'all still be saying the weird shit? Would y'all still call her? Would she still be all these predators and child molesters and all that? Huh? Y'all still go hard? Would y'all project your childhood sexual trauma on her? Okay. He shouldn't have done that. He ain't take all of that. I know exactly. I know exactly what it would have been like. Y'all would have eased up on. Y'all would have made sure dad was criminally charged. Y'all would have prayed for the girl and her family. Y'all would have everything. She wouldn't have been the child molester or she way more mature than him. All of that. All the stuff y'all throwing out there. Should have been none of that. And the dad would have been held criminally responsible. Y'all would have sought to it. But I got some of you weirdos talking about, so what's the mama's bail number? What's her bail so I can help pay her bond? Sick dogs. And again, speaking of sick dogs, I guess I'm gonna have to do that research to find out who the judge is that gave him such that low bond. Because that judge needs to be reported to the Tennessee State Judiciary Board. It needs to be some consequence. Damn well that was inappropriate. $100,000 for what the case. It's a clear-cut case of first-degree murder. And you only offered $100,000, Your Honor. See, this anti-black male misandry is not just in the streets, but it's in the system. It permeates throughout the system. Now these judges, it's like they grow fangs and their mouth get watery when there's a black male before them in court. And I don't like that. Just a clear case. Hold on. Clear case of gender bias. Just like all this gender bias and this sexism that's being thrown around against this young man. Clear case of gender bias, sexism against the young man. All of that. Gender favoritism toward the woman. Just because she's a woman, and also they've been successfully branding a black woman. They've been successfully branding that phrase. Hell. Fellas, need you to step up to stand up for your goddamn selves. But anyway, the district attorney needs to be the district attorney for the state of Tennessee and county of Shelby needs to be contacted. I know they saw it, but they need to hear from us. And the letters need to be written. Demands, change.org needs to be done to get that judge off the bench. Or at least get that judge censured for putting such a low bail on that young man's life when it's a clear-cut case of premeditated first-degree murder. Then somebody gonna tell me well, I think she shouldn't get no more than 8 years. I'll tell you the truth, boy. Boy, it come to black males, y'all motherfuckers don't have no soul and no heart, no ounce of humanity. You don't think black boys can be innocent? Or be caught up in some shit? You don't give no other mitigating factors that could have led to, you don't give no kind of considerations done whatsoever. Even though the shit coming out, y'all still ignore it. Y'all want to talk about all that other shit. But anyway, it's your man, Rico. These are my thoughts, not yours. And please go over to Rico the Opinionist. Whew, I'll talk to y'all in the future. Now it's time to get some water. I talk to my mouth got dry. Talk to y'all later. Peace.